All right, we're plugging right along. This is video number 4, and I want to talk to you guys about tracking. I mentioned in the first video how I printed out all of my tracker sheets, but here's the deal, don't just print them. Use them. Use them because it's going to help you in so many areas. It's going to help you stay on track so that you are eating the right array of fruits, vegetables, proteins, carbs, healthy fats, all those things. But more than anything, tracking is what allows you to see what's working and what's not. When somebody comes to me and says, oh, this program's not working for me, the very first thing I'm going to say is, are you tracking? Because I can't help you if you're not tracking. And sometimes we track in our head and we think, oh my gosh, I had a good day. But when you go to write it all down, you're like, oh, I did finish my son's pancake at breakfast. And then when I was packing lunch, I ate the crust off the PB&J. And then after school, when I got them a bowl of strawberries, I had like an extra bowl myself. Strawberries are great, but how much are you eating? I'm not trying to limit fruit. That was maybe a bad example. My point is, when you're not tracking, you don't really know what all you're consuming. And understanding what you're consuming and how that helps impact your bloat, your digestion, your sleep, your energy, your mood, your weight, all those things, they go hand in hand. So, like I said, and you don't want to print these out, grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper, write down what you need. Some people took one of these and they used it as like a dry erase board, and then they would mark down every day. I have a dry erase board in my office. I could have just wrote down and kind of used it as my own check mark. Whatever tracking system you want to use, the point is I want you to track it on a daily basis so that you can if you use a dry erase board, take a picture at the end of the day. How did you do? Are you pooping every day? You know, that's one of the things that I found like in my group, not only in like the Facebook group itself, but in some of like the messages with people, it was a lot of poop talk because guys, this is your digestive system and you should poop every day. And if you're not pooping every day, then that means your body's holding on to food and likely absorbing what your body turned into waste and is sitting in your intestines. It's now sitting there and your body's reabsorbing that waste into your blood. And that's not good. So if you're not pooping every day, we have a problem. But if you aren't tracking it, you may not know. On the adverse side, if you're pooping 4 times a day and it's not normal and it's, hurting and cramping when you're doing it and it's watery or diarrhea, whatever it is, that's not good either. What's causing it? We don't know unless we track it. So I want to encourage you to use the tracker. If you're not using the tracker, the aspects of the tracker into a notebook so that you know how you're doing every day. How you're sleeping, are you eating the right amount, are you going over, did you splurge and have something off plan, then how did that make you feel? And knowing all those things is what's going to allow you to decide what is best for you. The whole goal at the end of this program is what foods fuel you best. What foods make you feel your ultimate self? I shared with you guys already, I know gluten and dairy aren't my friends. I like them, I love a good cookie. But between my skin issues, my bloating, and my awful digestion issues, gluten and dairy aren't my friends. There are enough alternatives that I can avoid those things and I'm not missing out on anything. Corn for me is one that at this point I'm kind of like in the middle. I haven't noticed that eating it doesn't make me feel great, so I wouldn't call it necessarily fuel. But when I eat it, I don't feel bad. So it's not like it's hurting me the way gluten and dairy does. Sugar, I have for sure seen when I've eaten sugar through this reintroduction phase. When I eat sugar, I am lethargic. Now, a little bit sure, but like a piece of cake. And my husband and I, we had cake on my son's birthday that night. We were like, I can feel it just sitting there. But it's being aware. Excuse me. It's becoming aware of how those foods make you feel so that you can feel your best. I'm telling you, stick with it for the first 4 weeks. When you feel amazing on that 28th day, you're not going to want to run and go grab a cookie from Crumble Bakery. You're going to want to continue because you're going to want to keep that feeling rolling all night long, all day long, lifelong, whatever it might be.